Thank you for joining me this morning. You want to sip?
Good morning, everybody. So it's me, Ben and Sammy, out here in the early vegetable patch this morning. My mom and dad picked zucchini and pickles yesterday. So today we're coming through and we have market on Thursday, but today is only Tuesday and the broccoli's getting a little big. So we're gonna come through and pick this, put it in the cooler so it doesn't get any bigger. And then we also have some peas and some red beets to pick. I like the size of Ben's head. Wow, these are beautiful.
Logan's tub isn't full right there.
Look at all the broccoli. This stuff is not overgrown, but if we don't get it picked in the next 3 days, it will be. Look at all that broccoli. Luckily, we start going to 2 markets on Friday, so we should get all this picked no problem. All right, so we just got done picking broccoli for Thursday. We got 7 tubs of big, huge, beautiful heads of broccoli. Ben's got the last one up here because we couldn't fit it in the back. And then out here, while we were gone at the beach, Mom and Dad planted cantaloupe and watermelon. And here's what the other early season cantaloupe watermelon patch is looking like. They're so thick now you can't even see between the rows. That's exactly what we want, because not only is it good, we know the plant is good and healthy, but also it's gonna keep the weeds from coming up because they're not getting any sunlight. This is the watermelon right here. Here's our drive road. And then up here is our cantaloupe. You're gonna pick anything small or big. Like even if it's like that, they don't have to be a big defined pea because you can eat the whole shell on all of these.
Don't eat your dill.
But you wanna make sure they're nice.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
The peas are a little weedy. Actually, they're quite a bit weedy, but like they're not going to be going much longer. Probably maybe a week at most for the sugar snap. And then after sugar snap we're over, we're going to be moving into the shell peas, which is these right here. You can tell there's quite a bit difference just between the bush size. They're a lot bigger. We should have kept them a little more weeded. Ideally, this is what a shell pea should look like. You should be able to break it open. And you should have a multitude, hope I just dropped like half of them, but you should have a multitude of nice sized peas. You don't want them too big or they'll be kind of chewy, but these are just about perfect. So, not every bush is like this one. This one has quite a few nice peas, but other bushes don't have so many like this. If that was a sugar snap pea, I'd be picking that, but that's just not quite big enough for a shell pea. So we just got done with peas. Now we're moving on to beans, yellow beans specifically. This is what they're looking like. This is the first picking of the season. You can put your hands down now. They're pretty beautiful, but there's not a lot on yet, just because they're still kind of young. But we're just gonna try and get a basket for the market, just so we have some out there. So now we just got finished with beans. We're moving on to red beets. They're really not spaced far apart, so they don't grow as fast as they should. But we're finding them here and there. The ones we're finding are really nice though. We got so far. And then same with just cutting the tops off and letting them lay between the rows. Some people eat the tops, but most people don't, so we just don't even bother taking them to market with us.
I'll tell you what though, when all these beets are big, you just put me out here for an entire day and I'll pick the entire field.
That's what I like to hear. All right, so we just got done picking most of the stuff in the early veggie field. We got sugar snap peas, shell peas, yellow beans, and then 1 basket of red beets. Everything's just coming on. We don't have a lot of everything right now, but we just wanted to get some so we have a variety for the market. So we just got back here to the shed. The red beets are really muddy. We have washers to wash them off, but since we only have 1 basket, Sammy's just rinsing them off with a hose right now. They're coming really clean. The bottom sides are a little muddy, but other than that, they're really beautiful.
Wow.
All right, so now we're moving on to picking cauliflower. They're not the biggest heads in the world, but they're very nice. And they're pretty white. They're a little yellow from the sun, but there's a ton out here.
Decapitate the cauliflower, extract it from the plant, and then you're gonna cleanse it by providing it with sunlight by chipping away at the older, taller leaves.
Exactly. Oh man.
What?
I just cut that one bad.
Let me see.
Oh well, it's still edible.
You think it'll be okay?
I think it'll be okay. He's got a boo-boo.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go!
Just Sammy. All right, so now we're moving on to cabbage. It's not real big yet, but it's big enough to where people will start buying it. Show them what it looks like, man.
Mmm. Delicious.
So now we're moving on to kale. Ben, explain to them what kale is.
Kale is a lettuce, but it's healthier, and that's really the only thing. It doesn't taste better, but it's healthier. So people like to make smoothies with it, and
Kale chips.
Kale chips, and I can't really name one good thing about it. Besides that, eating it might make you live longer.
That's all that matters. We usually like to do 5 in a bunch, kind of like that. It's a pretty big, nice sized bunch.
I'd say.
Good. All right, so now we're moving on to kohlrabi. This is what the kohlrabi looks like. You can see it. We pull it out of the ground, and then we cut this big root ball off, and then we just cut off some of the lower leaves, just because they kind of sit in the dirt. And then we just pack them just like that. Seriously, Sammy, you can put that in the crate. kohlrabi is good for many things. A lot of people just slice it thin. Like they'll take these outside leaves off, take the outside layer off, and then they'll just slice it in thin layers and eat it raw with some salt. Or you can dice it up and put in soups. Or what else do they do with it, Ben?
They dice it up and put it in soups, or they also cut it up and put salt on it.
As you can see, Ben knows a lot about the vegetables, and he's been working here for 3 years.
It wasn't until my second year that I learned that kohlrabi was a thing.
Oh, and the flavor, my pap says it tastes like the heart of a cabbage. Other people say it tastes between a cabbage and a turnip. High in vitamins.
Wow.
Pat Broyans says they're high in vitamins, minerals, and micronutrients. You know what that means, Ben?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
That they're healthy.
Yeah. Not as healthy as kale, but healthy.
Alright, so I think this is what our third load now. We got cabbage, around 50 heads of cabbage, 2 crates of kale, and 3 crates of kohlrabi now. Along with the 30 baskets of pickles, and zucchini, and beans, and peas. The only thing we want to get yet is a couple more red beets and some dill, and I think we'll be ready for tomorrow's market.
Okay everyone, so we're back here in the shed and I would like to show everyone the cooler of what it looks like in the beginning of the season of picking pickles and cucumbers and cauliflower, broccoli, kohlrabi, everything like that. And especially after a day of market, exactly what it looks like. So here we are in the cooler. As you can see, we have about 5 crates of kohlrabi. That's for market for Fridays. And then we have full boxes of zucchini between yellow summer squash and green zucchini. We have some peas, a little bit of those left. Then we have some more kohlrabi and beets, a bunch of cucumbers, pickles, some more zucchini also, and green beans, wax beans, and a whole bunch of pickles also. That's pretty much what the cooler looks like right now. Later on in the season, it'll become 10 times more full. All those crates are gonna become out of here. Strawberries will be out, well, those will be planted. And it'll be mostly a lot of peppers and a lot more than what this is now. This is just the beginning. So that's it for today. It's time for some dinner and to relax a little bit before market tomorrow. So this is me and Daisy saying, remember, it ain't much, but it's honest work.